Hey guys, my name is Gary. I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic and drug addict. Um, um, First of all, I want to start off about telling you guys about the Impact Foundation LA.org. If you go on their website, you can donate. Hit that donate button and donate a dollar, $5, $100, $1,000,000, whatever you've got. This is a great foundation designed to help people that need help and want help. Medical assistance, all types of medical assistance, um, drug rehabilitation, mental illness, medical problems, you name it. We're here to help, but we're trying to get money into this foundation so it can grow its wings and fly and do its job. And we can't do it without your donations. So thank you. If you could remember, impactfoundationla.org. Hit the donate button. Thank you for your donations. And subscribe, okay? I love doing that. Subscribe. So many of you know I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, and I made this channel so anybody wanting to know how I got sober, I'm just spreading the word, just trying to get the word out. I'm also trying to get the word out about, I lost my son 6 weeks and 1 day ago to an accidental fentanyl overdose in Long Beach, California. I had a couple horrendous days the last couple days, a lot of tears and a lot of sadness. Today was a better day, but today I could actually probably talk about it and let you guys kind of know how I feel. I've got this addiction, disease, affliction, whatever you guys want to call it. And I'm really missing my son, because my son and I, it was like he was, how do I explain it? Like my other kids, I mean, I have two other sons and they understand their dad and everything, but Brandon and I had this thing that, I mean, we both suffered, put it that way. We both suffered, and we both understood each other when it came to this thing called addiction. And I don't want to get into my son's story. I want to just leave that, leave it there. But he understood me, and I was missing that yesterday. I can never call him again, and I can never hear his voice again. And he had such great insight. And I remember when I first relapsed 10 years ago, and I got away from AA, and I remember he sat me down and he said, "Dad, you just, you do so much better when you hang around all your AA friends. Get back into AA." And I didn't take his advice, but he was right, because now I'm back into that. I got back into AA. Coming up on 6 months now, so it's 5.5 months. 5.5 months now. And 10 years ago he told me that, and 6 weeks ago he lost his life. I was trying to get him to join this way of life and to do this thing that we do, but he was finding his way. It takes it says in our literature, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. And it was, for me, it's been very slow. I'm 56 and I don't have long-term sobriety, even though I did but I fell off the wagon with medication. So, um, I just want to talk a little bit about the fentanyl thing. I made a video today for my dear friend Vicky, who started the Impact Foundation, and it was a video targeted for kids in high school. And I think they're going to go into the high school first. The high school is the one I went to in La Crescenta, California, where I grew up, called Crescenta Valley High. And from what I understand, they've lost 6 kids in the last year to fentanyl, accidental fentanyl overdoses. And I believe they were like hidden in like pills, like ecstasy and stuff. I don't know 100%. I haven't researched that, but I'm pretty sure they were accidental fentanyl overdoses. Kids had no idea they were taking fentanyl. So there's people out there poisoning, killing our youth. And, I've heard all kinds of different stories, that it's coming from China and being put in all kinds of the toys we like to play with when we're out drinking and using. The fentanyl, the fentanyl goes into ecstasy pills and Xanax, and I even heard marijuana and cocaine and meth and you name it. So it's like this is a pandemic in itself. It's the number one death of kids in America right now. So I just want to make people aware. If you're still out there drinking and using, and you're doing like, I heard, like on Xanax, if it doesn't look like it was printed perfectly, cut perfectly in a pharmacy, all the lettering and everything, if it looks rough and rugged, don't put it in your mouth, you guys. Just be better than your addiction just for one day. And, I don't even know what the fucking answer is. I really don't. It's such a pandemic. I mean, in itself. I mean, where do you stop it? I mean, I'm thinking to myself, well, what do we need to do? Do we need to legalize all drugs, like street drugs, like heroin and cocaine and crystal meth, and and that way those motherfuckers can't poison us. At least we would know what we're taking and the strength and all that stuff, and it could be regulated by the government, and the government can make its money. And if you're gonna fucking OD, at least you did it, on your own accord. It wasn't a targeted thing like, hey, we're gonna start poisoning American people. So I don't know what the answer is, and let me hear some stuff in the comments, like what is the solution to this stuff? Let's put our heads together. I'm exhausted right now. I'm probably, I look like shit. I'm tired and my eyes are puffy. I'm just tired. I didn't do a lot of crying today, but I did the last couple days. And I'm getting through it. And I don't think it's something that I'm gonna ever get through. I think I'm just gonna have to learn to live the rest of my life with this huge void and missing that kid that just knew his dad better than himself. I knew him, because I know me, So, what else? The other thing that was scary is I went down to the downtown Austin, Texas, about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. I went down to the police station. I went to an AA meeting. It was a great meeting. I shared from the heart, And, a couple other people had shared. And one guy said, it was really cool, and not to get into his share or anything like that. But I mean, because they're private, but he was saying, and I know this would be okay with him, but I don't even know the guy. I just know him from the meeting. We've shook hands, I think, before, and he said, I was thinking about. It was weird. He goes, the other day, I was thinking about Gary, and it surprised me because I was like, he was thinking about me. Well, that makes two of us. you know, uh, but it was. That was cool, man. Like he said, I was thinking about Gary, and what he's going through, and then he's going through some stuff himself that he got to share, and man, I feel loved and cared about in these rooms, and I shared a little bit about it on a video yesterday that I posted, the last video I posted. It's this thing we do is just so cool. I mean, it's a God thing, and it started. It was like this spiritual movement that started between two men, a doctor and a New York Stock Exchange broker in the 1930s. And the first member was Bill Wilson. He was the stockbroker, and he was 6 months sober, and he did a hospital visit, and he met Dr. Bob, and Dr. Bob was he was a hellraiser drunk, man, and these two guys started this movement called Alcoholics Anonymous, and the first 100 members wrote the book, and they wrote the 12 traditions and the 12 steps. And the 12 traditions keep the group alive, right? And it survived. It's coming up on 100 years here pretty soon. And the 12 steps keep the alcoholic alive. And that's how it survived, by 12 steps and 12 traditions. So the 12 steps keep us alive, the members, and the 12 traditions keep the group alive. It's a very cool thing. It's saved millions and millions and millions of lives. So if you're an alcoholic or an addict and you're trying to find a new way of life, and you're sick of beating the shit out of yourself, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, there's a solution. And it's a pretty simple way of life. And it's just something that I do, and it's a we deal. It's, we all do it together. And if you've listened to my previous videos, I pretty much break it down how it all works. But I love this thing that we do, and that's it for tonight. I'm gonna wrap it up. But what I was gonna say is I went down to the police station, and downtown Austin, man, right in the heart of downtown on 7th Street. And I went to go in the front door, and there's no front door. You can't. It's completely barricaded, like it was like a wartime zone or something like that. Completely fenced off and barricaded, and you can't get in. You just can't walk through the front door of the police station anymore. Like, what the fuck is going on with our country, man? I'm gonna stay out of the politics, but it's scary, man. Things have really changed. With the drugs and 50 feet away from the police station across the street, there's an overpass of the 35 freeway, and it's completely filled with homeless people living under the bridge and living under the overpass, and walking all over the street right there. And the police station has got a big iron gate around it, and you can't get in to talk to anybody. I was going in to talk about, because I wanted to gain knowledge about the fentanyl and maybe talk to some of the beat cops and the guys that, are getting dirty in the streets and recovering some of these pills and some of this stuff, and just gain some knowledge from them, and give warning to you guys and to the school system. The video that I made earlier today for the school system, just trying to give some kind of educated warning about what's going on. Like, what the hell's going on? How can we save some more lives? How do we save more children from this war on American kids? So it's scary stuff, man. So you can't just go do a line of cocaine anymore. You can't go to a party and just break out a bindle and put, a few lines on the table, because you might kill somebody or yourself. You can't drop a couple tabs of ecstasy or acid or anything like that, because you may never wake up. You may find your way in heaven with my son. I heard they're putting it in marijuana now. I mean, come on, man. This has got to stop. And God forbid Halloween. LAX just had a bust of 12,000 pills, and they were shoved in candy boxes. And then as soon as it was mentioned on Facebook, that was pulled off of Facebook. Why? It's going to hurt the candy companies for Halloween? Who cares? Who's protecting our American youth, guys? It's fucking ridiculous. I'm not even going to go through what I've went through. I can't even advertise my videos anymore. I advertised a video, it got 1,500 hits in like an hour, or 1,500 views in an hour, and they shut my advertisement down. So, and Google told me, if you advertise again, we're going to shut you down for good. We'll shut your whole channel down. And if you advertise under a different name, we're going to shut your whole channel down. And I fought it, and they came back with their final decision. Said no. They didn't give me any reason. They just said, don't do it. So I don't know how long it's going to take to get, me shut down off of this thing, just for talking about fentanyl and trying to save our American youth. I've got a channel on Rumble called the number 5-Day God Challenge Sobriety on Rumble. 5-Day God Challenge. I think it's just 5-Day God Challenge. And then the Instagram is 5-Day God Challenge Sobriety. So Rumble, 5-Day God Challenge, number 5. And Instagram is 5-Day God Challenge Sobriety. So remember, you guys, the 5-Day God Challenge. If you're an alcoholic or a drug addict and you're wanting help, or you're wanting to stop, and you think God may have forgot about you, or you don't believe in God, believe that I believe, and that look what he's having me walk through in my life right now, and stay sober. He's keeping me sober through this. God didn't take my son, fentanyl did. Okay? God's helping me get through it and make light of this dark situation. Okay? He's helping me bring light to this dark situation and stay sober. And I'm a guy who can't stop doing this. So there's a great power standing between me and that drink, or that drug, that bindle, that needle. There's a great power. And I find that power in prayer and in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. It's available to you. And I go to a 5:30 meeting, 3 times a week, called Bolden. It's on Bolden Avenue in downtown Austin. If you're ever in town or want to see me, I'll be there. Just shoot me a message. I'll meet you there. You can always send me an email also. The 5-Day God Challenge, the number 5-Day God Challenge @gmail.com. And I'll shoot you my phone number. We'll talk. We'll chat about it. Text about it. If you're having trouble, get on your knees, ask God to remove your craving and to help give you the strength to get to a meeting, and also ask him to reveal himself. He's revealed himself quite a bit to me in the last few days, and I've had some hard days. I mean, there's days where I go, I don't want any of this God bullshit or anything, and I just want to go to fucking bed, and my text message will come in, and it's a gift. So be open to those little gifts, okay? And when they're there and you don't want to fucking deal with them or whatever, deal with them. If you see a gift, don't shun it off, man. Follow it. Because there's little pots of gold at the end of those little rainbows. I promise you. I promise you. Just be open to those little miracles. So thanks for listening to you guys. Subscribe. And remember, the Impact Foundation, la.org. Hit the donate button. We need our wings to fly, you guys, and the only way we're going to do it is with your donations, so please. Thank you very much.